they've been talking about Star Trek for a little bit, or like it's kind of been in the background, but
Mhm.
there's just been a little bit of stuff touched on this week. So you can bring up that article that I
All right.
have.
Let's see. What are we looking at here?
So scroll down.
Okay, first it says Paramount expands Star Trek universe with new film. Andor's
Yes.
Toby Haynes. Who did Toby Haynes play in Andor?
He
I
didn't
think you're
play. He
talking
was like
about directors,
the
Hold
director
on.
of
Tap to
directors and
Andor.
direct
producers.
with Seth Graham Smith writing. Okay, hold on. Let me see if
Yeah.
Toby Haynes was the creator of Andor or what he was involved with. Because
I'm pretty
if
sure he
this
was like
is
he was directing it.
well, it's a bit weird with let's see. So Toby Haynes is the director, but not the creator of Andor. No,
Yeah.
Yes.
no. Tony Gilroy is the creator,
Mhm.
and Toby Haynes is one. Is it one of the directors? Sorry, let me share this as well with you guys because I'm on IMDb. I'm
Okay.
just trying to figure out before we jump into it. I want to know Toby Haynes first.
Okay.
Is that okay with you
Well,
guys?
look at his directorial credits.
Let's see. I'm on Andor. I want to figure out what he. Oh, you're actually right. I could go to director credits for Toby Haynes and then just see. Okay, director,
There's
6
Andor.
episodes right here. Okay,
Okay.
so he did like half of Andor because I think there's
Yeah.
12 episodes. But that's interesting.
That's pretty solid.
I don't know.
Him.
I don't know this guy very well, but I really like Tony Gilroy's writing, the creator of Andor. I
Yeah.
really like the way he crafted it, but he wasn't directing it. So I don't know if Toby Haynes is an incredible director or if he was just using really good stuff, to work with.
Right.
Maybe.
So what are we
Well,
looking at?
go back to the article real quick, and we can just kind of read through it real.
All right. So exclusive. Even as it continues to develop, the final chapter of its main Star Trek series, Paramount, is looking to further explore the IP. The studio has tapped Toby Haynes to direct a new film that expands the Star Trek universe, with Seth Graham Smith penning the script. J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot is producing.
So, just read the next paragraph, and that kind of
Yeah.
sums up what it is.
Sources tell Deadline that while the details are being kept under wraps, the project is an origin story that takes place decades before 2009's Star Trek film that rebooted the franchise. Insider added that the final chapter in the main series, Star Trek 4, remains in active development. So, are we going to have like all the same cast members come back?
So
Is Toby
I
Haynes directing the final version for
don't
Abrams Group? Abrams
think.
Films?
I don't think, but
What
I'm
do you
not
mean by you
100%
don't think?
sure.
It
I heard
sounds
there
like
was
they're doing an origin story, right?
yeah.
But it's going to be a film that's tied to these films and not the
Yeah.
TV show, right?
Oh,
Not
no,
the
no, it's
Paramount
definitely
TV show.
yeah, no, it's definitely tied to these TV this stuff.
So if we're talking about origins, doesn't the first film kind of do that for us? The first J.J.
Maybe.
Abrams Star Trek film?
I don't know what they're doing, but it's definitely a prequel. I know I'm pretty sure I heard at one point that Hemsworth was going to be more involved with this film than any of the other ones, and we know Hemsworth was the father of Captain Kirk.
Oh, yeah, it was. I forgot about that, didn't I?
Mhm.
Yes.
I always forget
So-
because he's right there at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very briefly.
So I'm thinking, and there's not a lot that we know about it yet, but it's just going to be a prequel. It's not going to be like another,
It's an
into deep
origin
space.
story.
Yeah, it's not going to be an into deep space, another mission type thing because we
It's
got
setting up, the organization or the fleet for
Mhm.
what Star Trek then dives into with the new ships and the new crews and everything, the
Mhm.
next generation. So we're talking about how it was set up for the characters we know and love, I guess.
Mhm. But when you say the next generation, you're not talking about Star Trek: The Next Generation. You're
Right.
talking about just so everybody's clear.
Yeah.
He's not talking about the show The Next Generation. Though I would be interested to see, because the casting for the first Star Trek movie for all the characters was really
Mhm.
good.
Oh, yeah.
All of the actors really kind of embodied the characters that were in the first Star Trek show. I would
Mhm.
like to see. I would be really interested to see who they would cast for the Next Generation. I mean, who would you cast to
Mm.
replace Patrick Stewart as
Mm.
Jean-Luc Picard?
The first thing that comes to my mind, who's the guy that
We
plays
already
Mr.
did it. We already
Tonus
did it. We do the
and-
exact same thing as
Yeah,
as
X-Men.
X-Men. Yeah.
Nope.
What is
No.
his name? James something?
No,
Uh,
no.
That's
I mean, I'm
literally
right
what
there with
came to my
Joseph.
mind.
Different
He-
actor.
he's-
Get a different actor.
awesome.
He's right here. He's right here. I can see it.
No. They need a different actor.
I don't
Somebody
know
who
who's gonna
embodies
replace Patrick
Stewart.
Shave,
Because
shave. No, that wouldn't work.
because Chris
With today's Hollywood, we probably have to find someone with alopecia, right?
Chris Pine really
Oh,
did
yeah.
a really good
He
job
did
as
good
Captain
job.
Kirk. I mean,
Mhm.
really felt like William
everybody did.
Shatner.
Everybody did.
I don't know who you would get to play.
The next generation young version.
To play Patrick Stewart.
Timothy Chalamet.
Oh,
No, he's too young. Yeah, I was
don't know.
thinking shave Austin Butler's head, but then I'm like, nah.
He's too tall, right?
No,
well,
he's not too
Patrick
tall,
Stewart's
but
not a short guy, but I don't know.
no.
There's this sort of commanding British presence
Mhm.
that Captain Stewart.
Yeah,
Or
because
Captain
he
Stewart.
did do
Captain
a
Stewart,
lot of
yes
Picard.
indeed. Captain Stewart.
Yeah.
that Picard had.
Yeah.
Who's some good British actors then?
Well, there's a lot, but I don't know
There
any
is a
that
lot.
are like Patrick Stewart or could be the,
Mm.
Captain Picard from Patrick Stewart's embodiment of that character. That's what I'm saying. I think this guy James, I can't remember his last name, but who we're talking about.
I'm right there with
He's
Joseph. I'm
able
right there
to
with Joseph.
embody a variety of different characters, and we saw that with Split.
Mhm.
We've seen his version of Professor X as a young man. I think he could do it. Give him a little bit of a
Look.
shaved head with a little bit. Stewart had a little hair on the side, right?
Yeah,
during
he
the
did.
show?
But
Tiny bit.
and McAvoy was good. I just
McAvoy.
we've already seen it.
I don't care. He'll do something different.
Yeah, but it's a different character. So he's playing the same actor he's portraying, but a different character
character.
he played. So so different.
What about Tom Hardy? Jude Law.
No, these guys are all too old.
No.
Jude
Jude
Law
Law
could
is
you're
Jude Law
pulling
is-
up.
no. Jude Law is the right age, probably about the same age as Patrick Stewart was when he played Picard.
So
Yeah.
wait,
yeah.
are we doing a prequel or are we doing a remake?
No. If you did the
a
same
remake
thing,
of the Next Generation.
if you did the same thing with Next Generation as they did with the original Star Trek and recast all of the characters for a movie,
So we're just doing recast. I thought we were looking for younger versions of what the Next Generation had. Right?
you're recast. Yeah, you'd be recasting.
No,
those
I mean,
characters.
we're telling the story the Next Generation did, but younger, like a prequel to them.
No.
So we'd have to
No,
get those characters, but even younger.
No.
Mm-mm.
So we're talking
Yeah.
about we just need to recast for the same age. I don't know.
Recast
Maybe a
him.
bald Jude Law
Jude
could do
Law
it.
would
Jude
be
Law
really
could do
good.
it. Jude Law could definitely do it.
How does
Yeah.
he look bald though? Does he have a good face for balding?
He's
Already
basically
starting to.
almost bald.
Yeah.
He is? What are you talking
Jude
about?
Law.
You throwing
Just
some
type in
shade?
Jude Law hairline.
Okay,
Mhm.
let's see. Jude Law. Hairline. Let's see. Share this tab. It's looking rough. It's looking rough.
Yeah, you could cast to play.
He got fillers though. He got fillers. Check it out.
mm,
Yeah, he was going worse bald, and he got it
Yeah, he
filled up
would.
a
I
bit.
think he would play a good
He
Picard.
filled up a little bit.
He couldn't imagine himself going bald, so he got himself some fillers.
His hair does look pretty good these days.
But
What,
get
with that huge receding hairline? No, it doesn't.
No. Type him as Dumbledore. Jude Law
Yeah,
Dumbledore.
that's this right here. That's
well, he had a
The beard
beard.
though. With the beard, it works. With the beard.
Dumbledore. Do you think that looks amazing?
He looks really good, man.
He is gay.
I mean-
you could,
Not Jude Law, but Dumbledore.
well, you know,
Um.
this character right here
I
is
mean,
gay.
So
he-
so talking about getting back to this show and then this prequel movie. Is anybody excited for Star Trek these
I
days?
am, because the Paramount
I am.
show, the one that's been airing, the one that's been rolling out, nobody has enjoyed that show.
Nobody likes. I know that people liked like the last season of Picard. Like people said that the third
like-
season of Picard was really good, and that's basically the only good Star Trek that's come out in a long time.
Well, like I said, I enjoyed Abrams when it came out, and then I recently rewatched it because I was like, I remember enjoying those, and then I rewatched them, and I was disappointed.
I still enjoy watching the first one quite a bit.
Because of the first bit where they're trying to get Kirk.
No, because of all there's a lot of really good stuff in that first movie.
The third one was not as like as good story wise. Character development, I loved it. Where you even talked about this, where they put certain characters together to complement each other good in the third one, but story wise, the third one wasn't as good in my opinion. But I'm still looking forward to a new one because I like these. I like these movies, and you can do as many of these as you want because they're action adventure movies.
Right.
But as we said before, I think the market for those are going down. We're interested. It's going away, and we're more interested in seeing new, fresh takes on it, as we talked about in the pre-show, right?
I think again, we have it. Your audience is getting older, and I think that's what happened with Star Trek. Was when the first series of Star Trek came out, the people who were watching it were young. You know, they were young nerds, and then by the time Next Generation came out, all of those young nerds were probably in their late 20s and 30s,
right?
And it was a more thoughtful, logic based, kind of sciencey kind of Star Trek with adventure and less action. And they loved it. They really loved it.
This is going to be your litmus test. Are there any Gen Xers that know how to speak Klingon?
Klingon.
Because if there aren't any, you're screwed. You need to abandon this IP.
What the reason people liked that because that was something that the Next Generation made people want to learn. You know, because it was a different universe in the Next Generation. Not a different universe, but they had made peace with a lot of the Klingons and a lot of the other.
Yeah.
Honestly, I want to see more content around that.
And so if we follow the trend, like these movies came out when we were all teenagers and kids and everything.
Yeah.
You know, is the audience that enjoyed these at an age now where they want more thoughtful science fiction?
Probably not.
I don't think
less adventure and more character work.
Are you talking about our generation or younger generation?
Our generation.
Oh yeah. That was my point with Dune.
Yeah. I think our generation, the millennials who kind of grew up on these Star Trek movies, are at a point where they want, they want political commentary. They want they want more of that and less of the high octane action adventure.
I'm getting confused by what you're saying.
I want more of it, and just do it for me. Just do it for me.
What I'm saying is, I think history repeats itself.
Okay.
Right? The first Star Trek show.
Yes.
The people who watched it were young.
Do you mean the movies?
No. The show. The first Star Trek
the very first show. Okay.
Those kids grew up a bit, and they enjoyed The Next Generation, the show, The Next Generation, because it was more logic based. There was more political commentary. and it was less throw punches, shoot guns.
Yes.
I think our generation, you and me,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
grew up. The people who grew up on these Star Trek movies,
Mm-hmm.
when we were younger, we loved this, and these follow like that first Star Trek show.
Okay.
If you did a Next Generation show, right, I think the people who grew up on these movies would be looking more for character commentary, political commentary, and logic-based science stuff, and
Like
less
the
of
first did with the Next Generation original
Yes.
show. Okay, I get what
Yes.
I'm following.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's probably a market for it. And then my kids can watch in the background as a young kid the airing on TV or the streaming of, like I did with the Next Generation. Did you ever see your parents watching the Next Generation when you were growing up? I saw it all the time. At my
Yeah.
grandma's house, we'd go to my
We
grandma's
never
house.
watched Star Trek.
They'd click it on and they'd be watching Star Trek: The Next Generation. It was airing nonstop
Yeah,
throughout the
we
day.
never watched Star Trek.
Never watched any of
Yeah,
it.
we watch Star Trek a lot. I mean, I've seen all the original movies and
Well, I just remember as a young kid, I didn't watch the
Yeah.
original movies till I was a little bit older. I watched
We watched some of the movies,
but
some of the older movies.
the Next Generation show was airing when I was little, and I was like 5, 6, and 7 or whatever, maybe just stopping 6. And I remember it being on all the time. Like you flip through the channels at our grandma's house. It was you'd always run across like 2 different channels that were showing the Next Generation of Star Trek.
Mhm.
You'd leave it there for a few minutes, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then you'd switch again. So I don't know, it is what it is. They have to make something really good for us to be invested, I think, in like
Agreed.
a Next Generation show.